Hello. I don't know who's going to be here, who's not going to be here. That's the usual. It's the Thursday stream on a Wednesday. Yes, well, my week's been a week. That is what I'm going to say. I'm trying my best here. Bull shark. Yeah, I don't have the bullfighter in there. Well, I have to make it. Oh well, that's the one of the that's my Garrison mech that I designed time ago now. It's an ideal. It's an ideal Garrison mech because it's made on the cheap, but it's still a mech and not an industrial mech, which is a big problem with a lot of Garrison mech. And at least if you go past, 3080, let's say, people make a lot of funny things like that. All right, that looks about right. That will look right here. It's 7.5 tons left. I think that's enough. It's basically take a cattle master, make it an actual battle mech because you just import the structure and then you pay the guys to actually make it battle mech grade rather than regular grade. You know, it's a whole import thing. SRM6, regular medium lasers. SRM6 on the shoulder. I said SRM6 on the shoulder. 2 medium lasers in the arm.
Yay.
A ton of armor, a ton of ammo for the SRM6. A pair of machine guns. Where are my machine guns? Pair of machine guns and half a ton of ammo. As you can see, this is the one of the most basic way of making a mech. It has nothing fancy. Now the heat sinks, you just pad. You put the jump jets on the side torsos, and you just pad the SRM6 ammos because that could, cause an issue if you get it. I'm being a bit optimizing on this one. I don't remember if the original design was optimized, but this is a thing that's 1.5 million C-bills. Is that expensive? Not really.
That Park Ranger.
What's your Park Ranger at?
4.7.
Okay. Is it more? That's a Succession War model that I'm.
Yeah,
I'm
Succession.
bringing up.
I started with the Commando and then gave it. Of course, mine has like an active probe, a taser, and a recon camera. Because
it's not Succession War then.
You got to go after big dinosaurs. You don't want to kill them, so bring the taser.
That'd probably be a better setup at least. But here, this thing is built to fight two things. The first thing being this other thing that we're going to discuss. Because that's the other Mr. Garrison. And I
end up being others.
Well, there's others, but here you're actually cheaper than a Urban mech. You're faster at 464, which is slow, but it's Garrison mech. It's meant to fight urban mechs and bugs. When you're fighting urban mechs and bugs, 464 should be good enough when you have medium lasers, SRMs, and machine guns. If you're shooting infantry, the machine guns will be enough anyways. So this is what we've been building since about 3030 and selling to everybody in the Rimward periphery, Rimward planets. You want one, we'll build you one, and we'll ship it probably very legally to whoever you are.
I think the only thing cheaper than an urban mech are bug mechs, like locusts and thorns and fleas.
Locust is the 1V is probably a little bit more. Yeah, Locust's a little bit more expensive because of the big engine.
No. That's a normal 60 urban mech?
Yep. That's a normal R60.
It's 1 mil. It's 1 mil. The basic 60. It's just 2 Hornet variants that are cheaper than it.
And I'd rather. It's one of the
is a
rare
middle
things when I'd
four.
almost say I'd rather have a Hornet than a Urban Neck. I'm not even sure I'd take a Hornet over the Urban Neck.
A Hornet is a downsized up engine Urban Neck because the old models look exactly the freaking same.
The Hornet's an adorable little trooper that you can just put in a garrison cheaply. It won't. It's got the speed that it might survive, but if it dies, it dies. You're not losing much. Look at him. Look at him.
He's trying
look at
his
the little
best.
man.
Okay, the one with the SRM4 I'm more sold on than the one with the LRM5 because an LRM5
is a pop gun. It's an annoying pop gun.
But in an SRM4 you can blow up tanks with that, so it's not bad.
Yeah, you can crit seek tanks and you can be a menace on the behind people if you can tie up a raider or something heavier. I
mean, we're already in the art of the subject here, talking about Garrison mechs. Garrison mechs are going to be cheap normally. Let's face it. Let's go with normally in this case, because garrisons are not meant to be frontline units, but you're generally going to have some weird things show up in garrisons as well. And garrison work is probably the best work you can have if you're a merc, because if you're a merc and you're garrisoning, we will go. I'll go and open a map here. I'll go and get one of my maps.
Sleep.
What's up?
Nothing. Yay.
All right. Got a map here. I mean, if you're a mercenary and you get a job to garrison Steels right here, planet of Steels in the Federated Suns, is there a better job than that?
Nowhere near the front line. At worst, maybe pirates. Probably not even that. That's a good job.
The worst you're going to get is pirates, potentially, or insurgents or whatever. But you're far from everything. Nobody in the Draconis Combine's going to jump, 6 months to get to Steels and 6 months to get back to go steal whatever's on it. Same with the Taurians. You're even far from the Capellan Confederation. Like, if you get a 2-year contract as a merc company to go and garrison one of those planets, Point Barrow, Sylvester, this is great job. And it's a job opportunity. You're going to build money. You're going to build a bit of a reputation, and you're going to make, a decent amount of money doing it. And the risks are almost zero, which is very, very good, especially for mercs.
If there is any job in there, you're probably just going to be, doing a parade, showing off to some nobles' kids?
Yeah, you're going to scare off a bunch of, locals, things like that. But
you have the same jobs as the Marines from Aliens.
Yeah.
Your job is to show up and look big and intimidating to a bunch of miners.
There you go. And it was the same kind of job the Great At Legion, the precursor to Great At Legion, what was it? The Commandos, Commandos? Can't remember.
Carlisle's
Commandos. Kind of job that they had on Trelawan. And, you're far from everything. The worst you're going to have to deal with is a bunch of pirates. You're sitting on a planet looking pretty. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to make a little bit of money, maybe train your kids.
Occasionally, you need to ward off the one-armed rifleman.
Sometimes there's a one-armed rifleman who shows up, or a Warhammer missing half a leg, something like that. Mm-hmm. But that's probably about the worst you're going to be dealing with. That's probably also why this whole region here got conquered so easily, because a lot of the planets that the clans originally hit were all those worlds where you had either, merc companies that were chilling out doing a garrison work, or, parade units and things like that from the various other regiments and other factions just laying around waiting for something to happen.
On the FRR side, can't confirm because they didn't like mercs after they became a nation, because Vincent's vigilantes said, "I am a garrison on this planet. Cool, we hired you. Will you help us with this thing over here? No, you hired us to defend this little factory here, not to go into the city. So I'm not going to do that."
Yeah, well, they had good reasons to not like mercs. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Malicious compliance.
Exactly. So
should have put it in the contract. Pay me more money. You want me to do more work?
Yeah. A couple other ones pulled the same thing. So yeah, by the time the clans invaded, any mercs in Rosalhog space, they were way out the periphery, and they expected pirate actions at best.
I think there was a shrapnel story about that.
Quite possible.
That's granted. Also, Killhounds, they got pushed out to their periphery, but that was because
Felon was a dickhead.
Yeah, and evidently got with Magnuson's daughter or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's
whoopsie daisy.
He was thinking with the wrong head.
Yeah. He was basically acting like Grayson Carlisle did at the start of the Great At Legion trilogy. I mean, just having fun and acting like he was top shit, and then he realized he wasn't. So yeah, garrison jobs, wonderful until you get to, this particular part of space at the start of the clan invasion.
Historically relevant regions.
Yeah. Or if you're doing a garrison job in Merrick space, you never know what's going to happen.
Yes, the Merricks are attacking, but we're also Merrick. Exactly.
Safe. Just sign on that you will not take any sides in any civil matters.
Safe decided to have a plan to do something on the planet, but what is it? You don't know. Okay, let's ask Safe. Safe, what's going on? We know. They're the best intelligence agency in the inner sphere, because even they don't know what they're doing.
It's tapping.
Hilariously, the early Capellans, mercs made the spear point for a lot of their stuff because they had the Highlanders on tap.
Well, they had the Islanders, the Macarons. The thing is, a lot of the Capellans stuff, for a lot of the Capellans, they were, a lot of them were, company store units, basically. They were company stored in. So basically, you work for the Liaos, and the Liaos sell you things through their own store. And then, things progressively, get more in depth, even though you work more for them. But they had a couple major units. They had the Islanders, they had the Macarons. Who else was decently major that they have pretty much all the time?
The Bandits.
Smithson's, Chinese Bandits. A couple others. I mean, if I go look at the at my unit list for 5th Succession War, well, that's characters, but I'll just go and open another tab. It's unit list. Sorry, this is taking a second. Pulled out. I mean, CCAF Mercs. 15 Dracons was almost always with them as well. That's another fairly major unit. 3 or 4 regiments. A lot of those are also like regiment level.
I was about to say, yeah, those are all regiments.
But a lot of them had gotten, beat up quite a bit as well during the, fun party of the 4th Succession War. they lost. They had a lot of mercenary outfits during that time, and they lost a lot just to combat. And a lot of them just went like, "Hey, someone's giving us a better contract. Bye."
The 4th Talseti, they were huge too.
Yeah, and I mean, they didn't really have a choice because at that point the CCAF is. I mean, they have more mercs, I think, than they have actual regiments.
Oh, Shin's Legion.
Shin's Legion?
Yeah.
A lot of those units actually became Aus regiments during Sun Tzu Liao's little Xingsang movement. So there is that happened as well. So, and that doesn't count any of the, tiny ass regiment like, Branson's Shitsteerers or whatever that, is a company of guys that defected from the FedCom and decided to go to Capellan space to pay the bills for a while. And they remain a unit for like 3 years, and then they're either destroyed or they disband or whatever, which is a very common occurrence with mercenaries. And would be the kind of unit that you'd hire to defend, Colorado right here in FedCom space, or Hokkaido down here in Kurita space, like where there's nothing should happen there. The should is important in that case. So garrison work will mean a whole lot of different things to a whole lot of different people in these kinds of situations. Yeah, I mean, cheap mechs are generally going to be fairly popular in garrison works, at least for the inner sphere. Even in like post clan invasion, you're probably going to have a whole lot of people still running Succession War era equipment in these operations because, well, that's what they have.
I mean, wouldn't the Fed Sons try to sell off those Watchmen that they built specifically so they could move all of the important stuff away?
Well, there's going to be units like that. Like you said, the Watchman is
Sentry,
a good example.
Line holder.
Line holder is one that I never remember.
It's largely 2 SRM or 2 LRM5s, I think.
The Watchman and the Sentry, that's the other one that's... but the Sentry is like Jihad era. No, 3056, it's not Jihad era. Those two things are basically built by the Fed Sons to, fill in holes, basically.
It's a cheap, mass-producible gap filler. The humble bathroom caulk of your military planning.
The biggest issue, I mean, is literally that the Watchman is on single heat sinks, which, 12 singles with a large, that's reasonable. There's nothing...
You'll cook a little bit if you start... Does he have jump jets? I don't see jump jets. Okay, so you'll cook if you're flying and blasting, but...
It does have case, though, so it is easy to recover once you, start getting it beat up. Uses the humble Nissan 200 engine, which is used also in, the Hunchback. So it's not like it's an engine that's hard to source.
It is certainly the kind of thing that, okay, I need the factories to build a mech right now to go and just garrison this area so I can take all of these important mechs and throw them at the invading clans.
There you go. The Sentry being being really the upgraded version of the Watchman in every single way. It has double heat sinks. It has endo steel. It has more guns, PPC rather than large lasers, small pulse lasers, which are I mean, this thing's gonna just destroy infantry. 4 machine guns, 2 small pulse, and a flamer.
That's your anti-riot mech.
More than anti-riots here. I mean, this is... I'd expect that from the Capellans, not from the Fed Sons.
They've also realized that battle armor is a problem now.
True.
And I mean, it does have the most fantastic design quirks. Does the Watchman have them as well? Yeah. Easy to maintain, easy to pilot, rugged. Easy to maintain, easy to pilot, rugged.
Ubiquitous.
Yeah, this one's the Sentry's probably been produced more, so that explains it.
Yeah.
Still under 5 million C-bill. I mean, it's even under 3.5 million C-bill, so it's still very cheap for a mech, and it's got ANS, which is always useful when you're doing anything other than just shooting people. You know, not a bad idea.
Decent armor for its tonnage.
Yeah. I mean, they're 40 tonners, which means that they're generally going to be bad because they're 40 tonners. But, you know, they're not awful. You could probably, for a Watchman, you can probably open up the engine and stick double heat sinks in. Or, you know, if you've got Watchmen and Sentries, well, you order the replacement engines for the Sentries and you stick them in your Watchmen. They end up with double heat sinks and 2 tons to spare, or 2 extra double heat sinks, which will be way too much, but you know, that's what you're able to do with whatever you have at your little location. Because Garrisons, you're probably not going to have a full factory to do the full factory jobs, but you know, you're going to have things to make repairs and things to do, you know, the basic stuff around. And there's not that many mechs in this particular kind of category. There's the
a good
Sentry
40
and the
tonner.
Watchman.
They're a good 40 tonner.
Those are the good 40
Both of
tonners,
them.
other than the Dragonfly. But, you know. Trying to think of mechs that are also built, like, really for that kind of job, like, purely...
Coppers.
The Copper is an industrial mech, isn't it?
I believe, yeah, it's technically an industrial mech, but it kind of still serves that same purpose, literally.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but it's a lot
literally
less...
your SWAT mech. I wouldn't call it
mech.
I wouldn't call that a actual garrison mech. That's like a SWAT mech.
That's a
for
police
civilians.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why I said the line holder.
Line holder. That's a bigger one, though, isn't it?
55 tons.
Yeah.
55 tonner. Okay.
30,
Cressley War
59.
works. Nothing fancy. Literally, like nothing fancy. A Cortec 275. So you've got the easiest engine to find in that particular category. That is perfect for garrison work. Because, I mean, if your Shadowhawk breaks down, well, you can put the engine in the line holder. Or if the line holder breaks down, you can put the engine in the Griffin, which is great. Large laser, 4 medium lasers, and 2 LRM5. Ooh. 14 heat sinks. It's probably not going to run too terribly hot. It doesn't jump, as opposed to our other 2 that we were just talking. This one's at 4.5 mil, but it's a much bigger mech at 55 ton as well. And I mean, pirates showing up with armored trucks and souped up station wagons to try to steal your stuff are probably not going to enjoy seeing this thing show up. Because that's what it's going to end up being, basically.
It'll do well in the center of a formation, almost like it's trying to hold the line.
It's a joke.
There's a new Shadowhawk I would also suggest. It came out in a shrapnel. I'm trying to find what variant.
Isn't that the weird one? There's a really weird one in the Shadowhawk series. The 8T. Is that it? No, that's the 2K version. The 3H, which replaces some of the weapons with machine guns, and the 3H2, which adds vehicular grenade launchers.
Yeah.
And those were meant for Terran Hegemony militias. It goes for 6.
Anti-insurgency duty, which does feel very correct for dealing with like cheap garrison roll.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have
It's
to
got extra SRMs in the legs too, which amuses me to no end.
Well, it's a good place to put them, but I mean, why break something that? Well, no, it's Shadowhawk. It's kind of broken, so let's not kid
It's
ourselves.
significantly more firepower than a standard Shadowhawk. And all
How-
those missiles could be loaded up with like smokes if you want to disperse the crowds, or infernos
Is
if
it
you want to delete the
expensive?
crowds.
4.6.
So it's
Close to
cheaper than a
4.7.
It's okay, about the same price as a regular Shadowhawk. Reasonable. I mean, for garrison work on a mech, I would generally want machine guns, because you're going to be dealing with people trying to steal your shit. So you want things that's going to be able to kill, whatever they're going to bring to try to kill you
But
and steal your
I-
stuff.
Yeah, that one just amused me. The one I would suggest, honestly, is a blackjack. Just because those AC2s give you a bit more flexibility in what you can do with them.
The blackjack I always slept on it because of those AC2s when I was a kid. And then you realize that it's mostly the 4 medium lasers that are going to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't run terribly odd. It is well armed enough. But I mean, when you start looking at some of the others, things get a little bit more spicy as well.
The one with 2 PPCs.
The one with 2 PPCs wake people up when they start shooting.
Yeah.
It has double heat sink, so it can actually pull that off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's one with 2 large lasers instead of the AC2s, and 6 extra heat sinks because you actually have the room to stick them in. So you have enough heat sinks to shoot both large lasers as well. I mean, those are all good little mechs for what they're meant to do here. And the blackjack,
Even if you spend extra money down the line for the Omni, then you just slap on a lot of machine guns. With
That should be ubiquitous enough.
Yeah.
When it finally gets around.
Wait, there's the arrow.
the what?
The arrow, the custom one.
Oh.
The blackjack arrow.
That's the unique one.
Oh, that is
6 machine
exact-
guns. Interesting.
that's
But I don't think it's
oh,
playable in regular because it uses an unstandard engine with 235. You probably have to mess around to try to make it fit in regular Battletech.
Personal mech of Michael Udo.
Ubudo. I don't know who
It's
that is.
pretty dangerous in MechWarrior Online.
Well, machine guns in MechWarrior Online are actually good. So,
But if you really wanted to, you could just get an Omni and then do that.
the problem is the Blackjack Omni, even though it's probably one of the more common.
It's still
Intersphere
pricey. It's still an
Omni?
Omni.
It's still an Omni. It still has non-standard parts.
I mean, it starts at 8.8 mil.
It just vexes me that it uses an XL engine to go 4.6.
They try to have as much weapon room as possible on it.
Look, man. You scroll down to the R. Scroll down to that bulldog refit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'd say that money's worth it for stealing clan weapons and shoving them in there.
the problem with every R refits is that you're not going to be able to run those for very long
Yeah.
because things are going to start breaking. But the X is also quite fun here with quad light PPCs and PPC capacitors. But,
One of those is going to blow out every now and again, so you're going to have to replace those.
The
I
R
just
is
like
the
PPC.
grizzled veteran that collected clan weapons throughout his time in service before he retired. And then you have a bunch of little normal blackjacks that he's teaching them the ropes.
The thing is, I would never use even an Inner Sphere Omni-Mech as a garrison unit because it gets way too expensive. Way too expensive.
You're not the clans. You don't have second line Omni mechs.
You're not at the Inner Sphere. You're not at the point where you have second line Omni-Mechs now.
I was gonna say, depending on where you are, there's less like of it gain damage. So,
as a merc, if you're doing the merc jobs, yes, because anyways, your Omni-Mech as a merc is fantastic because you're going to be able to fit it for the job that you need to do, which is glorious for a mercenary.
And on garrison duty, it'll be a garage queen.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a mercenary. You don't have access to a mech works to customize things. You have a dropship, so all of your work needs to be done in the dropship.
Wait. You're assuming they have a dropship.
So you have to do all the work in someone else's dropship.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that case, the Omni mech.
The problem is you still have to put the cash down for it.
You still have to put the cash down. You still have to do maintenance. So,
do you even have money to rent a dropship, or are you using your contractors' mech bays?
I mean, it really depends on the merc.
Of course,
Well,
the
if it's
merc that came through stole all the Phillips head screwdrivers again.
I can see that happen, unfortunately.
10 millimeter sockets are gone. All the 10 millimeter sockets are gone.
Or the mech with non-standard parts where everything is in using Allen keys.
No.
They're using Allen keys, but they're not the metric Allen keys or the imperial Allen keys. They're the specific Allen keys that were created for that mech. So now you're
triple squares.
Yeah. And that Lancer's here. Hello. We're just talking about all sorts of things. So yeah, I'm not sure a Blackjack Omni would be a good garrison mech because it would be expensive, but as a mercenary, probably not a bad idea. If you're building a merc outfit just to play, not a bad unit to put. You can easily use a regular Blackjack as a model for it as well. There's a few decent 3D prints of the Blackjack Omni that floats around. I have the one I've used for my video were okay. And you have all the configs that were available for it. So
Hermit Crab ends
probably
up being
why you see so many riflemen and crusaders and archers and wolverines and a lot of the early stuff being written out, and then you would be amazed that someone has a Shadowhawk running around.
No, that's the thing. That's not how it works. I mean, you can't retcon that because we know that everybody has those and in huge quantities.
Yep.
I know
be amazed that a Shadowhawk did anything important.
The Shadowhawk is a thing that was built and people bought it, and it was my brother's favorite mech for a while.
Look, there ain't nothing wrong with the Shadowhawk. You just got to make it do more than try. You just can't let it do everything at once. The stock loadout is bad because it's trying to do too much of everything.
And it depends on the setting. Like in the HBS Battletech, the Shadowhawk just kicks. It's I mean, you have to modify it to get it to peak performance, but it has staying power.
Dude, I mean, no one likes the Shadowhawk. They like what they could make the Shadowhawk into.
They have a Shadowhawk because they couldn't afford a Phoenix Hawk, or they were a little dyslexic and hit the wrong one.
The thing is, the Wolverine, the Griffin, and the Shadowhawk, everybody builds them. Everybody has them. They're about 5 million C-bill. They're about 5 million C-bill per. They're going to be your commanders in a lot of those garrisons.
The Shadowhawk is the 1988 Cutlass Supreme because it's plain Jane when you first look at it, but then you take it to a modder and you put a few hydraulics on it, some underglow neons, a flame job, and you have sex appeal.
You don't need to put a flame job on it. Someone's got to make it catch fire.
That is your opinion.
No, it's the Shadowhawk. It's not that bad. Well, it's the worst of the three, in my opinion, but it's not that bad.
Well, yeah, if you're comparing them. I mean,
because the Wolverine's probably the best of the three, to be very honest.
I mean, up close, I'd rather have a Shadowhawk than a Griffin, but that's up close. So if I'm in a Griffin, I'm not getting close to begin with.
The Griffin really suffers from having all its weapons on one side.
Yes.
And all weapons with minimum range. So it does suffer quite a bit. So, But like we were saying here, your Shadowhawk, your Wolverine, and your Griffin are probably going to be your command mechs for your garrison lances and your garrison
Yeah,
units.
the lighter end of the garrison.
Hmm.
If the biggest you can have, let's say, we'll go like Succession War. I mean, you shouldn't have any assault mechs in a garrison during the Succession War. All the assault mechs belong to people who are on the front line, so you're not going to have that.
I was thinking more like a rifleman, Jaeger mech. Your anti-air mechs would also be decent roles in garrison.
And those got pushed into frontline combat a lot during the Succession War as well.
Yeah.
So you do have to worry about that.
If a garrison was going to have an assault mech, I would call it probably just be a stalker, just because of how many of the damn things were built.
Or a Banshee, because we literally don't have anything else left. That's why it got sent into combat.
And
Yeah,
the
the
stalker
ban-
has the benefit for weapons at all range brackets.
Either Banshee or Charger. They end up in
The
frontline
Charger
service
wouldn't be
because
used
everyone
in
else died.
garrisons because it doesn't have much garrison appeal. You know, it's not going to be able to kill infantry. It's not going to be able to. A Charger's there to stomp somebody's shit. That's about all it really does. So it's very good in a frontline regiment because that's where the pilot is going to shine and die a glorious death, and then you just spray it out and put another pilot in.
You pull up the Charger, you have it do a parade, and then it steps on someone and has a bunch of guns. They don't need to know that they don't do damage.
Yeah.
Well, in the Secession Wars, a vast majority of battles did not include mechs, especially in the later one. So this 80-ton thing walks up, people are going to lay down arms.
That's a Tex retcon, I would say, because even though mechs were rare, we'll go air quotes there. If the houses are fighting each other, mechs are going to show up.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Mechs will show up when the big houses fight or the big nobles fight.
But
if you're
will
dealing with, pirates and shit like that, yeah, probably less likely to have the fancy stuff floating around.
But how many mechs were deployed on campaign to any given planet? I mean, planets are a big place.
The thing is, during the Succession War, from what we know, at least from the novels and stuff like that, like dropping a battalion somewhere was big during the Succession War. And things got progressively bigger afterwards.
If I recall a couple of flashpoints, if you saw a company invading a planet, that was also considered big in late Succession Wars, mostly because now you downsize to slap fights. And you're probably only one thing on that planet you would even want to go to anyway.
There's not much taking over the planet. We want to take an aspect of a planet. Take a city, take a drop port.
I am stealing your water.
Yay!
Now, it's like, great, now you can no longer remain on this planet because you just don't have enough water. Guess you're gonna have to either give up or get out.
That's when things get really bad here.
Welcome to the Succession Wars.
Yeah.
We
But
can't
I mean,
take
that's-
the planet, so we blew up their water supply and then left.
That's late second Succession War, early third Succession War. As the third Succession War goes on, people get smarter, of course, yes. So the less, stupid shit happens. And every mech that is deployed, stays deployed under different colors every once in a while. There's a lot more scavenging and salvaging going on in these kinds of situations. But like I said, if you're fighting houses versus houses, they're going to start dropping the big stuff and the expensive stuff. And yes, sometimes the expensive stuff is a whole lot of locusts, but it's still mechs.
You can't get tanks much cheaper than a locust.
True.
Yes, but tanks
8
are a lot
locusts.
harder to deploy than battle mechs.
You can fit 8 locusts and 2 fighters in your standard leopard.
And you can drop them from the leopard. A tank, you kind of have to land and then deploy them, then get them ready for action. And if you lose a tank, you lose 3 to 5 crew members. While a mech, if you lose it, you lose a guy. Yes, he's a very highly trained guy, but you lose a guy. That's also a difference you need to kind of think about in a way.
You lose a highly trained guy, and meat is cheap.
Meat is generally fairly cheap, at least in the mid succession war, let's say. I mean, you're invading a planet for the last tech stapler factory. Yeah, welcome to the late succession war. But things really change because if you read like very early Battletech books, things are a lot bleaker. And then you read later stuff, things are a lot less bleak. And the idea Raphelia sometimes brings up that everything's in AU kind of makes sense because things have changed a lot in Battletech over a whole lot of different things, let's say.
That's fair.
And I mean, for Garrison work, tanks are wonderful though, because the tanks are already there. So you don't need to drop them or deploy them or do anything fancy. They're already there. So tanks as garrisons is rather great. And there's a lot of good tanks to use in garrisons.
Now, you can't drop a tank once.
Okay, we all remember the scene in the A-Team's movie from like the early 2000s where they drop a tank and they maneuver it, shooting the cannon. Yes, you can do that. I'm not sure it's going to work all that well, but you can do that.
I mean, it makes a nice pillbox. I mean, you don't need a suspension for that.
There you go. But it is rather hard to deploy a tank from orbit compared to a battle mech, which is a lot faster.
Problem is the crew.
Well,
Yeah,
They
if
still go splat.
they go later with parachutes.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's your plan. I understand now.
yeah, I see. I got a plan.
Yeah.
It's
But yes,
not a
the
good
Banshee
plan.
would be a mech that's used in garrisons because literally in the lore, that's what they say they were doing with, all the Banshees, sticking them in garrison work because they weren't good enough to do anything else. But by the mid to late succession war, a Banshee's still 95 tons. It still has armor. It still has a PPC. Is it a PPC or it's a PPC and an AC5,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a PPC and an AC5.
small laser.
The small laser's a little bit, there, but the rest
There's
is
a
pretty good.
trebuchet with that loadout.
Hmm?
There's a trebuchet with that loadout.
There you go. There's also a Banshee that also punches for a whole lot more than the trebuchet will, and kicks for a whole lot more than the trebuchet will. That does make a big difference. That makes a rather significant difference in many situations. A union with 24 locusts, yes, 24 locusts or combination of the small bug mechs is going to be get to be an issue at some point.
Oh,
And you
taking
work
advantage of
for
that
Insect Brigade.
But I mean, the locust, stinger, and wasp are always the things that are going to be produced in the largest number because everybody builds them, and they're easy to build, easy to maintain, and cheap enough. So a lot of garrisons will have a lot of those bug mechs.
Pretty sure there's a number of wasps that have machine guns.
There's a few wasps with machine guns, but I mean, the generic locust has machine guns. The generic stinger has not only machine guns, but machine guns with iron sights, so you don't even need to, aim them.
Or a flamer, or even just loading infernos into the SRM2.
Mm-hmm. I mean, all sorts of things that can be useful when pirates show up, or anybody else, really.
I'd like to see some art with a stinger that has on its laser. It has just a hollow sun with AliCapella.com on the side of it.
Oh boy. Discount Temu,
Oh yeah, just the little red dot because they wanted to be bougie and not have or appear to be bougie, even though a quality iron sight would probably cost more and last longer than the red dot. But I digress. Ask me how I know.
We were talking things that we can't talk about on YouTube if we don't want to get demonetized and get a strike before the stream. So this is a great thing about talking battle mechs. At least battle mechs we can discuss more and less in
For
depth.
now.
For now, yeah. But I mean, the Stinger Locust Wasps are going to be your friend. Another thing that's going to be your friend is any conventional fighters in garrisons. If you're doing a scenario or anything, conventional fighters are not the first thing people think about. But for most, planetary defense forces, these things, this whole big list here, would probably be things that you would like to use.
Mech Busta.
Love me
Meteor.
Meteor. It is like the go-to for we have an aerospace asset at home. It cannot go to space. Stop asking.
Well, someone in my Discord had made a meteor that could go to space. It's not very hard because it already has a fusion engine. So you just need to change the airframe.
Proper.
But for the biggest mechs you can have in a garrison, you were saying the Stalker. We were also looking at the Banshee. I mean, the Stalker is built by quite a few people, and it's been in production since a long time. Not the longest time, but a long time, and it's really hard to kill. So it would be one of those things.
Another one that would
common.
Make it the cut would be a Battlemaster.
The problem with the Battlemaster is that it ends up being a command mech almost all the time. So your commanders are going to be requisitioning them rather than your garrison forces.
Well, your commander for your garrison force.
I was gonna say a Thunderbolt is also just like it should be everywhere. It can be in a
Thunderbolts are everywhere. Let's be Thunderbolts and Crusaders. Those two things.
The Thunderbolt is the Thunderbolt is the Toyota Hilux of battle mechs.
I thought that was the Hunchback.
Easiest way to look at it.
No, it's a Toyota Camry. Everybody has one. Everybody modifies it, and they do what they can with it. And the one that disappeared is the Striker because it was introduced in the wrong book, in like 3058. Yep. So nobody remembers it exists. And they kind of retconned it in as a mech that the non-royal SLDF unit had. And like everybody had a whole lot of them. And, they just disappeared over time because Stormvanger's line got destroyed. But I mean, there's a whole lot of lines that were destroyed, and we still know and have more of those mechs showing up. So this thing here should be fairly common compared to a lot of other things as well.
Weird things to cross your mech bay then.
The Striker is remarkably average.
I was gonna say blah.
But no, the problem is it's remarkably average in the eras where it was introduced and, where most people play. But Age of War, this is 2571, Age of War and Reunification War. PPC large laser, autocannon, 3 medium lasers at 4.6.
That's powerful.
It's a decent loadout. It has a decent amount of armor. It has a decent amount of heat sinks. It has no fancy bits whatsoever, so you can fix it just about everywhere. So what's wrong with this mech?
It's a variant of the Zeus.
And you look at the BV value, you can put a whole lance of just that in a 6K game.
That could be very funny, and the other guy would have no idea what you're doing because nobody thinks of the Striker.
We opened up a Starly's cache. It was full of assault mechs. I don't know what the heck it is, but it's an assault mech.
I've got Emperors and I got Strikers. Goliath. Yeah, Goliath would be another one I think would probably fall into something that people in garrisons, big ones in garrisons, would be using.
Just look at mechs with bad reputation and just go from there.
It doesn't have bad reputation. The Goliath doesn't have bad reputation.
But it's just a quad mech.
It's a quad mech, so it starts with a strike on its side here. And it's a long-range mech with a PPC and 2 LRM-10, so once you get close...
Dogara.
Oh, yep, there's your... It would be more of a combine thing, but your anti-air garrison unit would be a Lancelot.
Yes, the Lancelot for Auscarita becomes a garrison unit in the heavy category because nobody wants to be in a walking coffin, because that's literally what the Succession War Lancelots are. I mean, they have armor. They're armored like a medium mech, slow as an heavy mech, and have too many guns and not enough heat sinks. But against airplanes, they're gonna work. Let's go back to airplanes.
The
Meteor.
conventional fighters that you were thinking?
Lane.
The Meteor. Okay, one of the problems of conventional fighters, I'm going to say it right away. We're going to go and open one up here. Conventional fighter. Meteor. One of the major issues they have is the phenomenal amount of armor that they can carry. 2.5 tons at 45 is not a whole lot of armor. And this is almost maxed armor on the plane. An aerospace fighter can mount a little bit more armor than that. Actually, probably about 3 times as much.
There are some really good options, like just of the stock loadouts on the Meteor too.
But it is a great all-around plane. At 5'8", it's fast enough. It's maneuverable enough. At 45 tons, it can carry enough bombs. We'll go with that. That it can be an issue. And the stock Meteor. This is the stock base AC-10 to SRM-4. This is a lot of firepower on a plane.
Now, it's nearly twice as much as a mech buster. It's also more capable, and I wouldn't mind spending that kind of cash for what it can do.
I mean, it's 1.3. I mean, it's the price of a light mech.
I think a light mech would come back alive, though.
There is that advantage. This unfortunate advantage. Let's go with that. The Mech Buster is a lot cheaper. It runs on regular jet fuel rather than probably a mix of whatever you put in a fusion engine. But
I guess, like, if you're taking 1 or 2 of these out of your dropship, like, you're not getting them back. If you're sending in squadrons of them as part of a planetary defense force, then maybe. And you just accept that you're not getting a lot of them back.
Well, the thing is, you will be, if you're flying those things, and the other guy, like I was saying, have armored up trucks and a maybe 1 or 2 light mechs, like, you know, they're regular pirates. Those things are probably going to come back because the other guy is not going to be able to focus fire on them or even fire at them in some cases.
I guess if you're attacking infantry, then they can't shoot back at you.
There you go. But they're not great. I mean, those 2 are not great against infantry, at least not the regular Mech Buster. If you go with the Mech Buster with the medium lasers, maybe. But I mean, you can't load flechette rounds in a plane, unfortunately.
But you will be dropping bombs.
That's what the bombs are for.
That's what the bombs are for, yes. You
Inferno
know, the airburst bombs.
I bring
fuel
cluster bombs. Cluster bombs. It's a guaranteed 5 points of damage per bomb.
There you go.
The fuel air bombs to instantly kill them.
Look. I did that 2 times. And I got people like, all right, no more fuel air bombs. No more. Because what I would do is I would bring them specifically because it was like, all right, I don't have a good counter to all the weird battle armor people started to bring, especially some of our clan players. So I'm like, okay, fuck you, area of effect weapon. Get off my board.
That's what the Inner Sphere did when they kept having to deal with several stars of battle armor charging their position ahead of the mechs.
Look, thermobaric warhead. I don't care how tough you are. It's a large thermobaric. It missed you by 1 hex. Therefore, you take 20 damage per suit. That elemental squad is gone.
Yes, we like planes here. I think everybody in this particular group is quite fond of regular planes to begin with. And Battletech has a couple of fun planes to add to the mix. So yes, we do like planes.
If we weren't supposed to use planes, why does the Leopard carry 2?
Or 6 if it's the
carry
fancy
2?
Leopard,
E.
the fancy airborne carrier. But I mean, those you won't be carrying in dropship anyways. Those are going to be landed on your planet, and you're going to send them at the other guy's dropship and hope you actually, land the bomb or an AC-20 shot on it to make sure that they don't leave the planet. And then you can arrest them. We'll go with arrest them.
That meteor does not need 2 tons of SRM ammo.
Yeah, but if you take one out, you could add a half ton of armor to be at 45, and you have a half ton to do what?
Or a recon camera.
Or a small laser.
And some, not recon camera and shave pod, just in case. And then that way you're spotting for LRMs.
Can planes spot for LRMs?
I think it's a good drone with the recon camera.
Recon cameras spot for standard LRMs, like it would for like a narc or a tag or something like that.
So those things, if you're building up a list to play and you're the guy playing Garrison, taking conventional fighters is not a bad idea. Those things are quite efficient for especially low battle value. I mean, 451 for a Meteor, and what a MechBuster is what? 417? You're going to pay for yourself very quickly. Yes, you have to add the points for the bombs. That adds up quickly. But, if you're smart, it's going to work.
For proper aerospace, there's things like the Shalom.
I mean, aerospace fighters are going to be far more expensive, especially in BV. So there is that you need to think of. And what's the really cheap one? The Guardian is under 200 BV for a 20-ton plane with an SRM-6. Yes, it's terrible, but can it still carry the fuel air bombs that you're going to drop on that guy that's bringing the 25 elemental suits? Yes, it can. So it's going to cost you 250 BV, and it's going to take out all the battle armors the other guy's going to bring. Will it die right after?
To the next mech that shoots at it, yeah. But
a mech looked at it. It's dead. We know. But it's probably going to be able to do its job for that short period.
Tridents.
Some pilots may expire in the effort to eliminate the battle armor, but it's a sacrifice we're willing to make.
I mean, I am very sad that they don't have a couple of turboprops available. I can't remember what the turboprop that the U.S. Army sells to other countries, basically, as a ground attack fighter.
The AT-6 Texan 2 that we saw. The same with the Brazilian Super Tucano.
Well, yeah, Super Tucano.
And then Cessna did the little Scorpion thing. Which never went anywhere.
I mean, will it work against a bunch of pirates? It would.
Sure.
Against the mech? No.
Reverse
mech
engineer
would outrun a Super Tucano, but
but you reverse engineer the OV-10 Bronco. Not only do you get the firepower of a light attacker, you also can carry a squad of elementals in the back.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a bigger problem.
That's what was it? Boomerangs are for just
boomerang
going around making sure no one's being silly.
I thought there was like a drone version of it.
Is there a drone version? I don't see it in the
drone
in the
conventional
list here.
fighter. But I mean, while we're on that, take a bunch of high scout drones.
Yeah.
They're Age of War era. So's that Buffalo
Yeah.
drone.
One of the funny things, they never stopped making High Scouts. But
Well, I mean,
Boomerang, that's,
He uses it.
look at that, 68,000. So about 69,000 for a plane, a guy, and a camera.
Boomerang
2
spotted plane.
cameras.
A nice grand total of 8 BV.
Yep.
Yep. It's gonna
Get 'em
fly
up,
around
guys.
and look
Look
at
at-
people.
It's got a recon camera, right?
Yep.
So you take off from your dirt field. You just don't have armor. So just don't get shot at.
I mean, you're not gonna be a primary in that thing. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be a primary in a boomerang.
But as you all know, knowing's half the battle.
There you go. Knowing's half the battle. The other half is, well, the medium lasers the other guy's bringing in. But medium lasers can't shoot at planes because they have too much of a limited range. So they need at least, an ER medium laser or something like that to shoot down planes.
If you're at, I think it's like 6 to 8 altitude as a spotter, you're fine, generally speaking.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you
altitude
would be.
5, I know they can shoot at you, but it's going to be difficult. And realistically, unless you fly directly over someone, unless it's an AA quirk thing, they're not going to actually hit you.
Like a hidden AA unit pops up.
Yeah. If there's a rifleman with flak ammo, you're dead. If there's a partisan, or God help you, a pike with 5 AC2s with flak ammo, you're dead. But fingers crossed, as a garrison, you don't have to
See,
deal
this
with
is what the AC2 is actually good at.
Credit.
Yep. The AC2
Exactly.
is good at taking out airplanes, VTOLs, and light vehicles. But even regular vehicles, I mean, you can score all sorts of fun damage with an AC2. Against other mechs, they're terrible, but against anything else, an AC2 can cause issues.
Just start trying to, motive crit vehicles with AC2s at long range.
I mean, it works.
Get tracked, idiot.
I mean, especially on like other tanks, and well, VTOLs are the worst here. I mean, a VTOL, even though it has that invincible rotor, an AC2 is still going to do 1 damage on it, just like an AC10. So, just spam, hit the rotor enough times, it's going to be slow, and then it's going to die because the rotor blows up. So, it works. It just works. Rifleman, the Rifleman suffers one major issue. It should be a garrison mech. Are we all in agreement that a Rifleman should be a garrison mech?
Well, what you shouldn't do with it is run in circles while we're face rolling all the controls, yeah.
Yes. But is that what Riflemans were used for during the Succession War?
Some were, and then most just got shoved to the front because you need a body to fill a gap.
Exactly. And Riflemans are not very good at that.
Now, I will say, once things cool down and desperation gets off the table, the Rifleman does find a good spot as a support and garrison mech. And then you take the crack pipe and you light it, and you go scroll down to the very bottom and you look at the C2 loadout. Scroll down.
Yes.
Yeah. For Jade Falcon garrison purposes.
With an
The
experimental XXL engine and improved jump jets.
Oi.
Clan Garrison confuses and scares me.
I ran a second line Jade Falcon lance this past week. Thunderbolt 2C, Rifleman C2, a Scotty VTOL, and a Condor C refit.
I mean, the Rifleman. One problem I have with this here is that this Rifleman C2 is worth more than what you're defending. Whatever you're defending in the back there.
Yeah, but it's
Rifleman C2's
dirty second liner. It's a dirty second liner.
Yep. When you want to prove a point.
Like back to the Lancelot C. Okay, now I go super fast with 3 pulse lasers. Get wrecked. But But it's not. I don't care. Get wrecked.
Yes, the Lancelot C
I have
is
planned.
a fantastic mech to lose friends by. 3 large pulse lasers, 16 double heat sinks, enough armor because it's the fancy one, and anti-air targeting and narrow low profile. Like, all the nasty things are on this bad boy. Like, this thing, okay, if you're the guy who's going to be bringing those conventional fighters and the other guy decides to show up with a Lancelot C, you just shake his hand and you go to the next table. That's probably your best plan. Because it is quite disgusting. The equivalent of a Warthog or of an A-10 in Battletech would be the Mechbuster. One big gun that's flying with a lot of stuff under the wings. Is it good? It's good enough. We'll go with that. But once again, like, once the anti-air brigade decides to show up, it's not going to stay in the air for very long.
You're like, is there a conventional fighter where they mounted a rack to? And there is one, but it's strange.
It is strange. Oof. Mounted Rack 5 would probably be closer to what you'd have on like one of those big fighters. But
Oh, hey, it's my boy. I'm sorry, I looked away for a second. It's my boy, the Lancelot. I love him. I love him.
The Lancelot C is not fun for anyone. It is a really nasty thing.
Yes.
I played that in it was specifically like a Kappa Galaxy. It wasn't even a full star. It was like 4 mechs. It was like that, 2 conjurers, and I forget what the other one was. But that, because of, again, you're paying the clan tax, they were all still 4 or 5.
Who cares if they're 4 or 5 when you all have just pulse lasers?
Still,
so
everyone has a pulse laser, so it's like thematic, yes. Should you do it to people you actually play regularly or like? Probably not.
I mean, look at all the, like, clan garrisons are another world altogether, because they live in a world where, you know, sticking Gauss rifle on garrison unit is a thing you'll do.
Look, it's a Space Falcon where their bankers have finally cashed in now, and they want to prove a point.
Well, money doesn't exist to clanners, so.
Except
clan second lines have to be as good enough as a front line, because that's what they're going to be fighting. Unfortunately.
That's what they're going to be fighting on the other side, yeah. I mean, if I raid a clan planet, I'm going to bring my fancy mechs, so I hope you have the fancy mechs to fight me, you know, something like that.
Here's our Garrison mech, Clan Wolf. That's a 100-ton assault mech with 3 Gauss rifles.
3? 4. The Crucible has 4 Gauss rifles. Because reasons. Or 4 AG-20s if it wants to kill planes. It has to decide, like, do I want to kill planes or do I want to kill mechs? Once it has decided,
4.
You have your Crucible, and it kills everything it wants.
4 HEG-20s, 2 large pulse lasers. Garrison
might
mech.
as well.
Yes, this is Garrison tech. Because it doesn't have an XXL engine, it doesn't have ferrolaminar, it doesn't have, you know, all the fancy stuff. It doesn't have it.
They brought that because someone would have brought a Direwolf A just to be spiteful as well. It's like, I really want the first run, the first 100 of this new mech you're building. Direwolf A. Okay. Quad Gauss rifle upon thee.
The Jaeger mech, I think, is a better Garrison mech
Back in a second.
than the Rifleman, because it's not going to overeat as much since it doesn't have those large lasers. And since you're a Garrison, yeah, you're going to run out of ammo, but who cares? You're just going to go walk
right there.
Yeah, you're just going to go walk into Anger, just say, like, load her back up, Jim. And it's going to take him 45 minutes to do it because you've got 3 tons of ammo to reload.
Does that one have quick reload? I don't remember.
No, it doesn't, unfortunately.
It doesn't.
It is the kind of mech that I would add that quirk to, actually. Just to say, like, yeah, you just shoot, go back in, reload, go back out, shoot. And the Jaeger mech has some fun refits over time. Nothing good, but fun. We'll go with that.
Fast reload. That's
The one with
Trebuchet was
LRM-15s rather than the AC-5s, I like in MechWarrior 5. The Jaeger Mech A 6A in MechWarrior 5 is really good. On
'Cause it means
tabletop, not
stay
as
out
sure.
of line of sight. Because you do not have the armor to be staying in the line of battle.
I know, but I mean, you are going to be able to shoot at things from very, very far away, and it's going to work. And even there, it has 2 extra tons of armor on top of it, so it is a little bit better armor than a regular one. It is a solid. The Jaeger Mech 6A is a solid mech. The one problem the Jaeger Mech has, it's built by Independence and Kalon, and that's it. Unlike the Rifleman, which is built by everybody, their brother and their brother's brothers, the Jaeger Mech is built by Aus Davion and Aus Karita. That's it. So those things wouldn't be common in many situations. Unless you're fighting the Aus Davion, we'll have a million of them. Let's face it.
It trickled into Lyran space during FedCom.
And the Kipetlan stole a bunch, yes, but it's not going to be a thing that's going to be super common. Then you have the Jaeger Mech 3, who looks horrible and has an XL engine, so it's stupidly expensive. 2 Ultra 2, 2 PPCs, 2 medium lasers.
We
I
have
heard-
Fire Moth at home with
It's
the overhead arms.
yeah, it is another mech. Well, it doesn't even have. Oh yeah, he does have overhead arms as a quirk. Yay!
Use it and stay behind cover
Yeah, there you go.
where no one can see you.
Because they're gonna
Ugly.
laugh at you and laugh you out the house if that happens. This one's decently armored. It's decently armed. I mean, 2 PPC, 2 Ultra 2s. I mean, you're gonna be chewing through tanks and friends with the Ultra 2s. The PPCs are decent enough. It's not terrible, but it looks ugly and it has an XL engine, so it's going to be way too expensive for most Garrison work. But still, it exists. The Orion would be a great Garrison mech as well, but it suffers the exact same issue as your Battlemaster because it has no, it doesn't have command mech as a quirk. True. Easy to maintain, rugged, anti-air targeting.
Yeah,
It's just that people use it as a command mech.
Yeah.
Phoenix Hawk would be your command mech for, I guess, your Garrison then.
Yeah, Phoenix Hawk is or Wolverine. Wolverine has command mech as a quirk. Like I said, the 75 Mafia, the 275 Mafia is probably going to be your go-to for a lot of Garrison work. So, and it's easy to just order more Cortac 275s and just put it in whatever mech needs it. But like the same advantage with the Orion, which uses a VLAR 300. Everybody uses VLAR 300s. So that's an easy enough engine to fill in as well, right?
Yeah.
And the Orion has a little bit of everything with an AC-10 and an LRM-15, 2 medium laser, an SRM-4. It's going to be able to shoot at tanks, shoot fairly far away. The AC-10 does all sorts of things. It has the anti-air quirk, so it's pretty good in that particular category as well.
Okay. I'm sorry for the delay. I am back.
So, I mean, if I was a Garrison commander, getting an Orion would not be a bad pick. But it's built mainly in the Free World League space. But it's been around long enough that everybody has some as well.
Great. You
Somebody's
can make some
making-
extra money on the side and have people pretend to be Kerensky for a bit.
Hey,
There you
crap.
go.
I think you're hot micing like a tapping sound. Somebody's mentioning it in the.
Sorry.
I mentioned it about an hour ago, so
Oh, yeah.
Somebody. I just stood back down and I looked
I
in the
don't
chat.
notice it. Sorry. I am very
Yeah,
sorry. I
that's
don't notice it.
Sorry.
The Orion is
Headphones.
the Orion does just about a little bit of everything. So for a Garrison, it would work fairly well. The one issue I have is that it doesn't have anything really good against infantry mean, you could load the SRM4 with Infernos, but that's a bit mean.
Look, man, if they didn't want to be set on fire, they wouldn't be on my fucking lawn.
That is an accurate statement. That's all they deserve.
They, in the words of the libertarian at my Battletech group, they violated the NAP. Consequences are on them.
And I'd probably go with the VA version and just load one of those tons of SRM4 ammo with Infernos.
VA is the one with 2 SRM4s?
Yep.
Yeah. No LRMs, but more SRMs. It's not
I'm
as
just gonna get in and fight.
Yeah, true. I mean, and then there's the Orion Cs that are all weird as well and expensive. And
look, man, once the C comes out, things get funky.
What's the C2? It has an extended range LRM 15, which is stupid. But then you have an ER large, a large pulse laser, an ER medium laser, a streak 4. That should be sufficient. But I have no idea why you'd stick an extended LRM 15 on these things. Like, I know clans are weird, but why?
Because they're getting shot at by extended range LRMs and then trying to match them. Other than just say, well, if you're shooting at me with extended LRMs, you're someone else's problem.
You're the artillery's problem.
Better range brackets for shooting planes, maybe?
Maybe. In an Einsteiner militia, seeing a Zeus? Possibly?
Yeah, no, the Zeus is not a bad assault. It plays more like a fast heavy than an assault.
Yeah.
But
I
the
mean,
main thing is,
would it do a good work? Would it do a good job as a garrison unit?
I would say at least as a good garrison commander. Like, here, can you scroll back up?
Mm-hmm.
Because the way I always picture the Zeus is like that's the anchor of your actual Steiner scout lance. You'll have him backing up Wolfhounds, Commandos, Griffins.
Yeah,
Because
the small guys are going to send the info to this guy, and this guy's going to relay it to the dropship.
And then he's got the AC-5. He's got the large lasers, the large laser and the LARM 15. So he can exploit or crack open armor for other people. Like you let him hammer you with lasers and autocannon fire. And the next thing you know, that commando that's been creeping on you is going to just introduce you to a concept of pain.
LRM carriers and heavy LRM carriers with extended range LRMs that I can see, yes, but you're going to have smaller loads. I think with the newest rule set, they're going to be able to use some specialty ammos though. So there might be something pretty good with extended LRM in a near future with the new rule update. I really like the Zeus 6T with the PPC overall. But I mean, if you're running a garrison, you might not need that PPC. The AC-5 might actually be better because it's easier to maintain, easier to keep, just stick more ammos in and things like that.
It's what I'd use to train new pilots in, because here's every type of weapon.
Mm-hmm.
If worse comes to worse and you do need to go out with it, you're probably not going to get yourself killed.
Also note the BV value of the basic variant. I believe for a 6K game, you can run a whole lance at 4.4.
Once again, the full lance of one mech, which is not a thing that you should normally be doing, but you know. The Zeus is...
It's thematic.
It's thematic, yeah. For garrison works, probably be something decent, you know. Okay, the one mech some people I like to use in garrison. This is great as a garrison mech. It's cheap. It's very easy to use, and it shouldn't be. You're not breaking the bank giving it to people.
Look, if pirates show up and they get suddenly hit by a ghost rifle from someone in the city, they're just going to leave.
Mm-hmm. I mean, is it great? No, the Hollander is definitely a Gauss rifle with a pair of legs. That's what a Hollander is.
Gauss,
but does it?
The Hollander is the epitome of every sniper in the war movie usually gets blown up by a tank.
Mhm.
He's doing good, and then just gone.
The thing is, it's still tough enough with 6 tons of plates on the 35 tonner. It's still tough
Yeah.
enough.
Can you scroll? I'm wondering, is there any downgrades? Oh, there it is, right there, right off the bat. LBX-10. That would absolutely be a Garrison mech because
LBX-10 and 2 medium lasers. This one
Yeah.
is an extra 2 tons of armor.
yeah,
This
you
one
just-
here is actually, when I was running various games, this is the one I was running as my Garrison mech, because this does just about everything well enough, you know. But the Gauss rifle is still a Gauss rifle, because being able to take someone's head off at long range is always quite hilarious. There's a version with a light Gauss rifle. We don't talk about that one. Then there's the bigger ones with the Hollander 2s at 45 tons. Those are starting to get expensive, though. They've got a few weird things going with them. But there's one with a heavy Gauss rifle. Yeah, there's one with a heavy Gauss rifle. This is just funny. Did they say that they were going to change that you don't have to do the piloting skill roll with the heavy Gauss anymore? I can't remember if they had said that.
Slipped since then.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, the Hollander for a Garrison mech is great.
Oh no.
And it has stabilized weapon Gauss rifle, so you can run and not always die. Let's go with that.
You should be always running with it.
No, what you need to always be running with is a Blitzkrieg.
Blitzkrieg are for people who want to earn medals.
Yes, you will earn plenty of
Purple
medals.
hearts are
Yeah.
medals.
One of those is going to be a purple heart.
maybe a medal of honor if you do well.
Posthumously.
Look at him. You look at him and you tell me he knows mercy. He ain't got no arms.
He's got a big gun in his back and a huge ass engine. This is not a Garrison mech at that price. Because
No, not
10
at
million
all.
C-bills is way too much.
He ain't
But,
got
you
no-
know.
Blitzkrieg is when the Lyrans thought that the normal Hunchback was too quaint.
Now, I will speak as an aside. I feel there are some really good tanks too that can easily slot into the Garrison role.
Oh, no. In terms of tanks, most tanks should be used as Garrison tanks. You're not going to be bringing a tank battalion to fight on a planet side normally.
Yeah.
You're not
Company of
invading
Scorpions
someone
and
with your
Harpies.
tanks.
Yeah, J. Edgar's, Scorpions, Bulldog.
I mean,
the eponymous Bulldog. The Bulldog is everywhere. You ain't getting away from the Bulldog.
But I made full videos on, the regular planetary
Yeah.
defense tanks. So,
Since the Blitzkrieg is up, the Saladin, same thing. If you want to do
yes.
it cheaper.
Yep.
Will
let's
it
go with
live?
some of the
Will it die?
odd vehicles that people might not think of when they're trying to
the,
build.
the Pike could make a good,
Oh no, the Pike is
Garrison.
fantastic
Yeah.
as a Garrison
especially
unit.
the Rack Pike. Ooh.
Just fills
Three
the air
rack
with
twos.
fun things.
Plasma Pike because
But
Clint's
the
still-
Saladin
cult.
is mission raid defense. Yes, as defense, it's wonderful.
Look,
Because
it is
nobody-
perfect for the,
Nobody likes seeing a thing going 812, just show up.
a hunchback teleporting directly in front of you and removing your cockpit. I
or
have
you're
had the
or
Saladin.
teleporting behind you.
I have
at
had
that
a
point.
Saladin earn the resin dust I have huffed assembling the print, because what it did was it ran straight up a river valley because it doesn't care about no water, directly to 2 hex range from a Kodiak, crossing a river, hauling a full point of geared out elementals, and then in one shot proceeded to decapitate the Kodiak and drown the elementals because they did not jump off in time.
Well,
He then immediately blew up as the Kodiak gave his polite response to our impasse. But a 5-to-1 battle value trade was well worth it.
I mean, the LBX version is quite fun with the cluster rounds because you're going to be accurate. It's going to be just accurate enough, And with enough BBs flying, you're going to start hitting some crits at some point.
I was also gonna say,
The clan cargo version is quite funny because you can carry 3 points of battle armors in it, which is also a problem.
There was another one. It was the Maxim, I think. That was there was a version of the Maxim that was made. It was like the thing is built to carry 2 points of Intersphere Assault battle armor.
There you go.
The Maxim 2. I think that is.
Saladin Mark II with a snub-nosed PPC and SRM4. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Look, man.
You're not an AC-20. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't have much to add to this conversation, so I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Okay. Have fun.
Now, if you want to do it even cheaper, are there actually any industrial mechs you would consider?
There's the Arbiter that I put in the thumbnail, which is not good. It is definitely not good because it has a heavy rifle. It is definitely not good.
There was
But it goes 5.8.
The Closet, which was sold as a Garrison mech, sort of. And then it was so bad that its creators got thrown into hard labor camps for that.
But, I mean, there's a version of the Arbiter with an AC-5 instead of a heavy rifle. And at that point, it's not terrible. It's not very good. But, I mean, it's still more expensive than a Locust or a Stinger.
Super dangerous hovers that are just gun and speed.
Oh yeah, the thing is, vehicles get very, very cheap, and some of them are rather fantastic. I mean, the Condor is your average. It's your main battle tank in other form, so it still goes 812. It has an AC-5, 2 medium lasers, and a machine gun. It's going to be able to deal a lot of damage, and it's cheaper than the Arbiter. It's about the same price as your Locust and your Stinger. Is it going to last longer than the Locust and the Stinger? I'm not 100% sure. Really depends on the mode of its that you're going to get.
Something the Marians use a lot is their Centurion militia mechs for garrison work, yes?
Yeah, well, they built things for that. Let's face it. I was trying to look at a few tanks here that I didn't talk about a whole lot in my videos.
If you're getting desperate, you can always go down to the yards and grab all the muckrakers you can find.
The Whirlwind are literally half blackjacks with more AC2s. So for the same price as a normal blackjack, you could have 2 pint-sized blackjacks that hover.
I was trying to think here. Like, I mean, everybody knows the Warrior helicopter, which is what everybody uses. I mean, all of those things are very common. If you're playing a game with water, you can use the sea skimmer.
Oh, the Monitor. The Monitor is a.
The Monitor is a weird thing.
It's a distinct beast. It's a distinct boat.
It exists in a very particular category, which is being weird.
Until someone shoots an LRM at it, and then one of those LRMs ended up cracking the hull, and then it immediately sinks.
Everyone's gangster till you're in a campaign where, yes, I brought a submarine force. What are you going to do about it?
Oh, we have yet to see how that checks out.
I'm so excited.
Weird things are going to happen there, I think. Problem is, most of the boats are like unusual. And that's literally things you would never bring on an assault, and you would always use as garrison, because you're not bringing a boat in a dropship. If you guys are bringing boats and dropships, there's an issue.
You're
Challenge
not
accepted.
creative enough.
Are you going to say that I cannot have my super heavy submarine because Lamaus?
I'm not saying anything. You guys are playing a campaign that is very special.
It's a dark. Hey, when you're playing WoB, you need your submarines.
I mean, take a Monitor, swap those AC-20s for Gauss rifles. by maybe removing some of the SRMs, something like that. And it would be a decent,
Oh, where is it?
protection boat. Is it decently expensive? Yes, but I mean, it's still 75 tons. It's a boat. All ships are submarine once.
It's
True
not
enough.
in Mega Mech, but it might be under naval. There was a few cruisers that have like thumpers on them.
Yeah, I mean, boats. Those probably fall in like support vehicle category rather
seem to
than
find it.
things like that.
Ones do, yeah.
There'd be like mobile structures.
Yeah, I mean, here we have this is probably a World War II model with Battletech next to it.
No, that's a Cold War model because that's a Soviet. Is it a Kirov?
A
It's a
Kirov?
missile cruiser.
No,
It's
it looks like a Slava class or a,
yeah, it's definitely
or a
Soviet because
Kira
they
class.
have the double barrel turret, and then they have those big quad pack anti-ship missiles. So that was their entire doctrine: is we're not going to beat the U.S. in a carrier fight, but we can hit them with more missiles than they can stop.
But I mean, if you make a big enough boat with long-term Tompers, Aero 4s, it's going to start causing trouble. And yes, if it's a mobile artillery you want, a boat is still probably your best friend. Because mobile airbase, field support, 2 long toms, plenty of torpedoes.
Yeah,
That's an actual boat.
Semi-carrier.
That's a carrier. 20 conventional fighters, 20 VTOLs. 100 aerospace fighter or conventional fighters, 20 VTOLs, and 20 conventional medium support aircraft.
That literally is, I think, that's actually like on Tharkad and a couple
That's a
other
Lyran. That's a
planets.
Lyran capital ship.
So this is when you have more money than sense. You start building naval vessels.
You have to have
Trust me,
water
the Combine
first.
isn't
The Lufthansa.
any better.
So many holes, man. So many holes.
I think
Improve
every
targeting
major
long.
Every major faction has at least one wet cruiser or frigate that they have, and like 3 have carriers for this reason exactly.
Because funny.
Because landing pad is in the tech manual.
There you go.
Airfield is airfield.
Sea Buster carrier. Yeah, well, I mean, with 100 aerospace fighter mounted on that thing, you're probably going to have something better than Sea Busters on that thing. That is what is scary. Hey, Tanky finally showed up.
Hello.
Is he here? Is he there? Is he there? No. I'm
Is
trying
he
to
in
get
the
him
background?
in. Trying to get him in.
There he is.
There
I'm
he
here.
is.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Better late than never, I suppose, isn't it?
Talking big boats because garrisons need big boats.
Are you?
Oh, the Lucian Zal aircraft carrier.
Technically falls into the conversation of the day because planetary garrisons come in many forms.
You're not putting this on a dropship.
You are not putting a 15,000 ton boat on a dropship. At least I hope you're not putting a 15,000.
How
Well,
about
Navy
a
makes
200-ton passenger submarine?
Yeah, I mean, a Navy makes sense for like a planetary defense.
Outside of planetary defense, you're not going to be using a Navy.
You basically, because there's really no dropship out there that can support that kind of tonnage, and you'd have to break it up into cargo sections just to be able to carry. So you need like 8 dropships of like, I don't know, what's the big one? What's the biggest one that can get to a planetary surface, but it's just a cargo hauler?
Behemoth, I think?
The Behemoth.
Behemoth can't land.
No, the Behemoth
Yeah, the Behemoth can't land.
No, it can.
What's the one that can't? There's a dropship that's so big it can't actually land.
So the Behemoth is the largest one that can land, and the Mammoth
can't land.
You're gonna need a Behemoth then, just to be able to, and you're gonna need like 8 of them. So that means you need 2 jumps.
No. With a Behemoth, you can bring 2 of those carriers because you got 2 bays of 18,000 tons. So you can bring 2 carriers in your mammoth. I don't
Hot
like that
dropping
technique.
aircraft.
The thing is, they're gonna be in parts, so you're not gonna be bringing the whole thing, and you're not gonna be odd dropping an aircraft carrier out of space.
I reject this notion entirely. Negative. The Behemoth's bay is configurable to the cargo size and shape and whatnot. So yes, you can fly the Behemoth over the planet you're invading and like Mach bejesus and open the bays and dump a freaking aircraft carrier in the ocean. Yes, you can.
At least force you to do a water landing with the dropship.
Like what does the other guy do? Like, okay, they're bringing in a Behemoth. Okay, well, they're thinking they're gonna be fighting this war on this planet for a long time. They're dropping 2 aircraft carriers.
It would appear as though the Behemoth has separated into 2 slightly smaller sections. Well, and their aircraft carrier. They have literally brought the Navy.
Whoa!
Dude, that is so
100
sick.
mech busters upon me.
Technically, it would be very silly. You could have a Behemoth and then have 2 Excaliburs hiding inside of it. So we're just gonna start nesting old drop ships.
Oh my
God. Excalibur.
We're really pushing the bounds of acceptable military doctrines on this stream. We really are pushing it with Battletech.
Well, you see, the big drop ship is the hard candy shell, and then it breaks open and then deploys all the goodness. Checkmate.
You can
Checkmate,
carry 2
Capellans.
drop ships in your drop ship. You know those videos I keep sharing of the 2 philosopher black guys?
Oh my god, I love
really
them
dumb
so
shit?
much. No, it's not dumb shit.
This is the look I have on my face right now.
Look, ATN, I'm gonna do you a favor real quick, bud. I'm gonna snap my fingers. You're gonna forget you're gay.
I was never gay.
If you say so.
See, a number of these pocket warships, they're supposed to be for Garrison because you don't have warships anymore. They're all dead.
And as we have learned, landing them, suddenly you have the ultimate AA battery.
Oh yeah,
especially
because like after the Republic of the Spirit took over the Blakist drop shipyards, they're like, well, we need a navy, so they started building things like the Tiamats again.
Tiamats, Excalibur pocket ships, Union pocket ships.
What's the Tiamat pocket warship?
I love
At
this
least
thing.
You can't fit a Tiamat in your Behemoth, okay?
No,
at least
down.
There's that.
Worse. It gets worse. Scroll down. Scroll down.
What?
Look at all the beautiful things it carries.
Oh, I love this thing because it will fight every other pocket warship there is out there.
And I believe it also has capital C3.
Does this count as a garrison unit?
Yes, because your planet needs something like that to protect.
Look,
it
not
garrisons the planet.
I'm not garrisoning Butehold with one of these. I'm gonna have 20 of them, and they're gonna garrison the space around New Avalon or Luthien or Tharkad or Atreus.
The thing is,
I would say Cyan, but Cyan gets busted every 5 seconds. So like, ain't no point in garrisoning Cyan, especially if your garrison's gonna turn its own guns on the city. So whatever.
There you go. But the thing is, for planetary defense, you wouldn't need pocket warships like this to protect your planet once they're available, because this is the best way to make sure the other guy's not dropping shit on you.
Cool, you are not sending in dropships.
You're not bringing in planet. 5 Union if I can destroy those 5 Unions before they land, right?
And they would be hidden on planet somewhere. rather than being
on the
out
moon.
in space.
If you have small moons, things like that, that's the best place to garrison them. And you bring them back to the planet every couple weeks to resupply and refit and give the people food and replace the crew.
They're going to be a lot
crew.
easier to service than any warships.
No, because a warship is big enough that it can service itself many times in Battletech. It has the ability to, especially those Star League ships with, enough more cargo than they've got everything else. I mean, they're going to be able to do a whole lot of different things.
They're meant to get to be savaged in a battle and then just print themselves out.
Yeah.
Biggest thing with the Tiamat, the updated version, the Tiamat 2 for the 3112, that has Navy C3. It was exclusively a Republic of the Sphere thing. So guess who has them now?
Yeah, Clan Wolf. They're going to have
Wolf,
fun with that.
Falcons, and Smokejag.
They're going to have fun with those, I am sure.
Great. It can go with the Crucible.
It can go with the Crucible, yeah. But I mean, if you're doing planetary defense, I mean, if the guy can't reach your planet, I think you've won. So if you're rich, really rich, like really, really rich, pocket warships are probably going to be a thing that you should invest in.
Those Excalibur pocket warships, those Leopard pocket warships. This is what you built when, you don't have a navy, but you need to go and stop them from landing on the planet.
I mean, if they erased warships and we only add pocket warships, it would be okay.
Well, and then the pocket warships are just going to become warships, and we're going to be one of those weird settings where humanity doesn't have space battleships. Instead, we have freaking multi-thousand-ton interceptors,
which
doing the job of the warships. They just need a mothership to launch them. So we've effectively moved to the Iranian and Turkish model of one ship that launches a shit ton of drones and ostensibly fighters and stuff.
I mean, this is something like the Claymore.
I mean,
basically a Corvette.
Setting Battletech is a really weird setting. So, I mean, we keep saying that space battles don't make sense. It's kind of why. Because honestly, pocket warships are probably your smartest kind of things you would be using. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you can afford to lose, you can afford to bring to places, things like that. But the warships themselves would still need to exist because at some point you want to be able to carry those things. And the thing carrying those things shouldn't be dying, because if they die, you're screwed. So you'll need something big and very well armored to carry those things. And it keeps degenerating.
Yeah, because they aren't jump capable. That's the bottleneck there.
Because Battletech jump capability
we have
is
to have
weird.
And well, I don't see why it has to be weird. It follows a straight line between stars, just like in Star Wars.
Only in Brian Young and the people who designed Interland's mind.
But yeah, no jump cape. No, I'm not gonna I'm not revisiting and I'm not rehashing that old argument. We're gonna be positive and truck forward. You now have to build more monoliths, so we have to keep cranking out a almost 5,000-year-old design that can carry so many drop ships that now you have Monolith A, who's bringing the invasion force, Monolith B, who's bringing the logistics force, and then you have Monolith Charlie that's carrying the freaking pocket warships, and you probably need more Monolith Charlies to carry even more pocket warships, depending on how many pocket warships they have.
This is when things get really crazy. You are right. But
I think, God forbid, we try and play this on Megamech and an Aerospace Fighter ECM suite jams the Naval C3I, and now Megamech's crashed.
Well,
no, I just got done. I spent the past 2 hours carefully building every fighter squadron, every dropship squadron, everything, and setting up the map just for it to crash because ECM jammed Naval C3.
Oh, yeah.
That's not surprising.
The Arondight
Arendite?
something.
The Arendite, yeah.
That's on the merc list. Built off of a overlord.
Oh yeah, because now mercs can also afford pocket warships.
I'd have to check the actual price on those things. Unless you're called Wolf's Dragoon or something like that, you probably can't afford that thing.
You stole it.
674
It
million.
was an acquisition of dubious financial clarity. We are still making interest payments. Please do not blow up.
That's the thing. In Battletech, there is that part here where you can look at the prices and be like, would you be able to afford it? Would you be able to use it? And like we're talking about these kinds of things for planetary garrisons. This would be a thing you would put on a garrison for, a capital. Okay. It's not going to be on Butte Old. It's not going to be a Trelwan. You're not going to have a squadron of Tiamats protecting, I don't know, take a random shitty ass planet.
Anything that is in the capital.
Anything that is in the Capellan Confederation that doesn't have two circles around it, like you're not going to have a pocket warships defending it.
And then you're Kali Liao, and you somehow have not only an entire Word of Lake Shadow Division at your disposal, but you also have the accompanying naval assets. So you do, in fact, have 10 Tiamats orbiting your sanctuary world.
Yeah, I ask questions when I see things like that.
Hey, Capellans, why are you so poor? Oh, that's where your money went.
Our money went to the Chancellor's daughter, sister, whatever she is. She might actually be a daughter, sister. I don't know. Went to the Chancellor's. Oh, not in that case. Well, it went to the Chancellor's daughter so that she could have a fun hot girl summer. When most nobility goes and has.
He's not going to talk to you about Hot Girl Summer. That was like an half of a novel.
Look, I'm pretty sure the free.
Oh God, I didn't know I was referencing. I was referencing a real life thing and was going to tie it into my joke. Was going to be that most of the time when rich aristocratic noble girls have Hot Girl Summer, they they spend like rack up tens of thousands in credit card debt for Gucci and Dolce and Gabbana and all that good stuff. Kali Liao racks up trillions in credit card debt to build a shadow division of cybernetic thuggies.
There you go.
I want to be in that Hot Girl Summer.
That'll be a little bit different, at least.
Forget about Pretty Girl Avenue with Sabrina Carpenter. I want that Hot Girl Summer.
A Gorgon dropship. 18 fighters, about 1,000 tons of cargo space, and an internal bomb bay.
Gorgon carrier? Gorgon.
I mean, we're at a completely different end of the Garrison discussion at this point.
What? Internal bomb bay. What?
Oh yeah, dropships can be bombers.
Yeah, look, man. These are high orbit bombs. Don't worry about it.
Romano here's used a dropship as a bomber before.
One time. I misunderstand the Yes, it was the vampire. If you go to the vampire dropship,
that's way down at the bottom.
It is the cheapest. Romano here found that the vampire is the cheapest dropship that you can actually afford to take in a battle value match game.
400-ton dropship, predominantly meant for air deploying infantry. The issue is, if you look there for Vampire 2, that's what I brought.
A 600-ton Aerodyne.
Yes, a 600-ton Aerodyne meant to deploy battle armor. I did not realize it was a one-off concept for a Rabid Fox's special operations unit.
Okay.
4 heavy PPCs, twin large X-pulse lasers, and the ability and multiple large lasers, and the ability to dump 4 points of jump-equipped battle armor onto the board.
I mean, it works.
It was not fun for my opponent.
Wait, who was your opponent that night?
That was Schmandy.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't fun for Schmandy. I can tell. I know exactly what he did. He said, "Fuck you, dude. That's bullshit. I can't believe I agreed to play this shit. Now here I am getting strafing run by how many guns does it have for it that I can't even shoot down?"
This is hilarious. I gotta try this in Mega Mech.
4 heavy PPCs and 4 large X-Pulse lasers, basically. So that basically takes out pretty much anything.
You're fucking
and it has
dead
laser
next turn.
EMS, so if you get shot by missiles, which is about the only thing that'll be able to hit it, you don't care.
Well, it's okay. I brought 2 longbows and an Orion for my anti-air battery, and I didn't get any missiles through.
This is what the Stone Rhino was built to fight.
There's the
this is what a Jaeger mech sees, and he's like, finally, today I can do something.
And then
because
he
it only
evaporates.
has like 25 tons of standard armor. I mean, you've got enough AC5s and AC2s, you might do something on it.
Zukalobs.
Because, I mean, it's not tough. It's not going to be a tough boat. It's
25 tons of armor.
It's decent.
444 points.
But you're still hitting on the dropship table. So at some point, you can do some funky hits with your AC5s and your AC2s.
Get some internal crits and try to knock it out of the air.
Yeah.
In case it'll crash and taxi off the field.
Or, just cause enough damage that you have to bail it out, or, you lose your dropship. But then again, that thing is not to be... I mean, it's just a big plane, right?
Still, no one's prepared to be shot at by a dropship.
Go to eBay and buy a 1/72nd scale B1 bomber. Congrats, there's your vampire dropship model.
It's an egg. Flatten out an egg.
Actually, 72 scale might be too big. Find an old 144 Minicraft or something. Boom, there it is.
Hey,
that guy's been putting some good shit here lately, yo.
Oh, yeah. Last week, we've got the Great Turtle, because that's funny. Schweier Gustav, because that's also funny.
That's what I'm excited about right there.
That is the
beefy boy.
It is a nasty thing. I've just printed those, the Ospreys. I've just printed. They're in 2-part because you have to print the body and the laser turret that's on top of it, but it's printed out pretty well. But those are pretty fun. I'm probably gonna try to work out a video on them or something soon. He made a Berserker. I already have a Berserker model from Salvage Drop, but I mean, this one's free, so for people who want free models, it's always a good thing. The Japanese Stinger, which is just
it's a choice.
It is a choice. I do like it. It is very different from a regular Stinger. But I mean, it looks like the medium laser is head mounted rather than arm mounted. And I'm okay with that. I'd be okay with the Stinger with a head mounted laser and a machine gun in each arm. His Berserker is Berserkery, so that's perfectly fine. Very nice Berserker. If you want a small thing to put on the table, Colossus dropship,
little thing.
It's
just.
I mean, this one's map scale. You could probably scale it to make it big enough, but you need a really big printer to be able to do that, or print it in like 17 slices.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Vampire would be okay for a Garrison force. Yes, I'm okay with that too.
Well, really small things in the Garrison force. I know to the party, but do we talk about better potentially Garrison force?
No, we haven't.
I mean, anything infantry wise is the basis of any Garrison force.
Look, you're poor. You're a bunch of conventional infantry. Here's some rifles. Try not to shoot civilians.
If you're fancy, you've got laser rifles instead of regular rifles.
That sounds like for people with money, but
yeah. And if you've got a lot of money, you can be like, "Hey, here we've got some inner sphere standards."
It comes in pretty late, but then there's things like the PAL suits. those
Battle
very
suits, the problem
lightweight.
is that they're pretty much restricted to Comstar for most of their existence.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of an
Well-
issue. It is easier to source an Inner Sphere standard than a PAL suit, probably. And the Inner Sphere standard, what did I misspell here?
You have an AP weapon.
If I recall,
It's an
the
MP5 latched to your
armor was
arm.
designed for-
Yeah, pretty much. With a lot of the PAL suits, though, it's just like you have armored gloves. You're expected to carry around the rifle. So when you have things like even the groundhog skeletons, some of the industrial exosuits are designed. You just carry your anti-infantry weapon,
I mean,
You just
you
run
can
around
do
with
that
weapons.
easily.
and it's environmental sealing, so you don't need to have the extraordinarily expensive xenoplanetary trained troops that cost more than a Savage Wolf.
But I mean, a very basic battle armor at 400,000 per, you're not going to be building, buying a whole bunch of them, but those are really quick to produce. We say that they're late, but I mean, by 3052, you have already a bunch of factories pumping those out, and garrisons are going to be provided battle armors at some point, not quickly, but at some point, especially important garrisons are going to be getting them. And for the standard, at least, everybody, as you can see, everybody builds them. Then you go in Marion space and they build even more battle armors, and you go to more modern battle armors like the Fusilier, the Grenadier, the Achilles, things like that. They're more specialized per location, but they are also going to be produced in large enough amounts that you are going to be able to provide them to various garrison units. So
Okay,
it's
it
kind of
stops you
worded.
from being stabbed in the back. You're relatively well defended against a mob with a bunch of pipe
Stick
guns.
stones, yeah. If the pirates show up and try to rob your factory or whatever, well, you can walk into the factory with your Achilles and shoot them. While with a battle mech, walking into a building is not always recommended. We will go with that.
Grey Death Legion ends up selling off of their stuff, so the Grey Death Scout suits and standard suits get around.
Which are basically the Grey Death standard and the Inner Sphere standard is pretty much the same. So not a big difference between those two.
They still get things like improved sensors and extra anti-personnel mount.
Which is maybe a little bit better. What's the Kurita one? What's the Kurita battle armor? I can't remember the name.
They're the Oni, the Kite, there's a number.
Well, the Oni is a more recent one, 3134. That thing is evil. Let's go with that. There's a version with the terrible Bear Hunter, so that one you don't take, but the one with the medium recoilless rifle or the support PPC, those are good. Bear Hunter Super Heavy Autocannon is not good. Do not take that. Compact Narc can be fun as well. Let's be quite honest here. A Compact Narc can be very funny. Very surprising to people. The Raiden. That's their version of the Inner Sphere Standard. So even if you're buying Inner Sphere Standard and if you're in Kurita space, you might be buying Raiden instead, which is roughly put the exact same thing. So
Pirates are probably using tunnel rat suits.
Yes, those also work. Tunnel rat mining exoskeleton. But does it provide 2 points of armor? Yes, it does. There you go.
It's environmentally sealed. You have extended life support in there.
And there's a version that can jump 60 meter and has a light machine gun.
And then your armored gloves, so you're carrying your rifle. It's the kind of thing that goes into your warehouse and then starts trinketing.
There you go. Of course, there's the fantastic Ravager from the Marian Hegemony. Okay, this thing is not very good at moving, but a heavy recoilless rifle is quite surprising.
As well as just having so much armor that you can't really get rid of them. 18 points of armor.
It's enough to, they can tank a Gauss rifle shot, which is more than a Stinger can say in many cases.
If the rocket launcher, you could have an LRM-3 and then a bunch of these firing LRMs off.
I mean, it will be annoying.
Can't get rid of it.
I mean, this is a very good battle armor, but I mean, it is a little bit restricted. It is very Marion. Very, very Marion, basically.
Just checks the pirate list. IS Standard Magnetic is on the pirate list.
There you go.
Oh, boy.
So you do have to worry about their battle armor riding their standard mechs.
Yep.
Yes, but for pirates, it might be a little bit more difficult, but not that much. I mean, at some point, let's say in the late 31st century, it's probably going to be an issue. Regular infantry is not going to be as much of an issue. I mean,
I expected.
I mean, there's also the ultimate Garrison unit right there.
Yeah, all protomechs.
Not all protomechs. Not the cheapy 2-ton ones. Those things. This is literally two large lasers mounted on the back of something that doesn't move very fast, but has decent armor, and there's going to be a whole lot of them. A whole lot of them.
I'm trying to find it back again. There is in the Ravings book. I believe it was the fire mandrels and coyotes went to go attack someone's planet. I think it was an adder planet.
Yeah,
and the defending force was 2 or 3 clusters of protomechs. Clusters of protomechs.
So that's 5 protomechs per star, and
per point.
Per point. So 25 protomech per start. That starts to be a whole lot of protomechs. A whole lot of them.
I did a star of protomechs against Princess. She freaked out and wouldn't come out of the corner.
I mean, there are some terrible protomechs like the Erinyes. I mean, it has an SRM-1 launcher, and it goes 6. Okay, this thing here, no, you can use that as a garrison force, and I'm not gonna be scared.
Yeah.
The
Sprite with the Sprite 1 with the Hell's Horses support force, because they get it after the society collapses.
So 4 LRM-5s.
You do have the ammo for it.
You got plenty of ammo to just rock and roll. You're basically a mobile LRM 20.
Things like the
and you've got a lot of them.
I found it. It was 4 clusters of protomechs.
Oh.
Defending an industrial site.
The site is well protected.
They lost eventually.
Oh. Surprising.
But it's Wars of Ravings, so you have galaxies landing on planets.
No.
Oh, yeah, Boggart.
The Boggart with a plasma cannon, so you just cook whatever you're fighting. It's not going to deal damage, but it's going to cook it. This is also very unpleasant. What was it? Was it the Hippogriff? Yeah, this one just looks cool.
It's a weird one-off one.
That's a
Hell's Horses.
Snow Raven.
Snow Raven.
Okay.
That's a Snow Raven to be used in space kind of thing with a partial wing, so it jumps really, really, really far.
It's a Gundam.
It's a Gundam. It has 2 LRM-2s. It's not much, but it's enough. It's a very odd design, but it does the trick. There's terrible protomechs, like we saw the Erinyes. It's not very good. The Basilisk just looks weird, but all the early protomechs look weird, so it's okay.
The quad, which I think is a society version of that one has the I'm going to tase you by punching you armor.
Oh yeah, the electric discharge protomech armor. Claws, whipping tail, the head spike, SRM-4, and the protomech the zappy protomech armor. That can be funny, yes. And there's a version of the quad one that also, can go up to 160 kilometers per hour when it wants to.
Sprints in and then disables you with electro burst. and then someone else hits you with your hits you with the plasma cannons.
There you go.
And then there's always the chance of you being hit by those improved mag pulse from the IATMs.
And proto points do not have to be the same kind of proto mech. It just needs to have the numbers.
So you can have fun and do all sorts of weird things.
Don't worry, it's just a garrison force, and then you just get jumped.
The times I've been jumped by rocks in one of my old groups is ridiculous because there was a dedicated Falcon player, and the other guy taught me protomechs by jumping me with rocks.
I mean, it's a large laser on a 7-ton mech that can jump.
585.
585.
With a large laser. Does that sound familiar?
That's, that is unpleasant.
You shoot it with a PPC and then it gets back up.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you blew off an arm. Wrong arm.
It's not a main gun? Because sometimes they have
a main gun.
Okay, so you blew off an arm, it's okay. It still has a main gun.
There's a Gorgon that goes 5.8 with dual SRM4s, and I love running that thing with Infernos. It's just absolute hilarity.
And then the Delphine's just a bit better than that. But basically, it's like, welcome to Clan Tech.
Things get funky. It's just funky in general.
You just get attacked by a dragon.
Yep.
A 585 dragon that breathes out a medium pulse laser. I mean, if you're the inner sphere guy, what do you do?
Garrison force.
Yes.
Those poor GI Joes
what we
down
said
there.
Earlier,
like, what are we
Clan
doing?
Garrison forces.
Clan Garrison forces are.
The Minotaur also has some fun versions, like the Hell's Horses one that's meant
the
to
Minotaur.
be.
The Minotaur. You don't need any other version than the basic one. It's two large lasers on a thing that goes 3.5.
The P2 is also good because you can just bolt it to a mech, and then it has a mag clamp.
You run around like a baby carrier, one on the front, one on the back.
Pick up the Minotaur's edge, didn't they? Yeah. Oh no, Scorpion Empire picked it up.
And Hell's Horses.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep,
Here's the heavy medium laser. Take 10 damage.
baby heavy medium lasers. The thing is, with the ER medium lasers, you also have the range. So I mean, those little 9-ton things with 2 ER medium lasers, those can take down planes because ER medium lasers can shoot at planes, and
the LBX
they could shoot at mechs and they could shoot at tanks, and they're small enough that they can hide in just about anything. And
they're gonna lose to any mech, but you actually have to commit to killing them.
I mean, if there's 5 of those guys, it's gonna chew through most inner sphere mechs. I mean, 5 Minotaurs with 2 ER medium lasers.
Orcs, because they're also fast. I think orcs are 5.8 or 6.9,
depending on what you're looking at. 6.9 or something.
4 SRM1s. That destroys tanks. You know, the guy that loves bringing a whole lot of tanks. Yeah, he's not gonna like you when you bring, a full star of orcs.
There's even some with have a light active probe, like the Satyr. So you can still have your dedicated scouting force, security, then you just get jumped.
There's a Gorgon that is a 4.64 with a medium pulse.
Yeah, because they're not Omnis, they're all standard, so they have different engines depending on which one you'll want to look at.
Because they haven't made Omni Protomechs yet.
I wish. No.
Protos can't be Omnis. That's part of the build rules or something like that.
For now, no, they're not revisiting those anytime soon. I'm pretty sure.
Then people will start asking questions like, "Can I have battle armor ride them?"
Yeah.
So you have a protomech, an Omni Protomech with a battle armor mounted on it, and your Omni Protomech is mounted on a battle mech.
Yeah, could Omni Protomechs just climb onto battle mechs regularly?
Omniception.
Things get very confusing then.
The Chrysor is another 6.9, but that one of those has 4 or 5 small pulse lasers. But
I mean, they did bring back the rules for Gothic for the medium or the large abominations. I don't remember what they call those. So, I mean, the rules exist and they're kind of bringing them back. So, who knows? Who knows? Weirder things have been known to happen in the world of Battletech.
Hydra. I think that's the one that looks like a big old cobra.
Or is it the Basilisk or the Serops that looks like a cobra?
Oh no, the Serops. I think it's the Serops.
It's the Serops that looks like a cobra. I mean, this thing should literally show up and yell cobra.
This thing goes 914 or like 812.
Well, 151 would be 914 with an ER micro laser.
Yeah.
It's not very well armed, but at that kind of speed, it's just funny.
And remember, the point of protos, they're dirt cheap. Look at those prices. They are cheap. That's your battle armor filler. That's your BV filler. The other funny thing, they punch twice. Protomech Frenzies. You always attack twice. So, okay, it only does like maybe 5 points every time it does it, but if the entire point jumps you simultaneously, and yes, the fast ones, they can some of the fast ones keep up with hovercraft.
I mean, that thing can keep up. That thing runs faster than a Saladin. So you can jump up the Saladin and starts punching the Saladin on the side to break it down.
Your poor Locust looks back and sees the Protomech keeping up with it.
It's like those old cartoons where the thing's running and then the other thing comes running faster behind it and starts running faster, and you keep running always faster.
Hold on. What's the BV on a basic Locust again?
Basic Locust is 3 something, isn't it? No, 432. So you can have an entire star of Cicerops for the price of a Locust. Things get weird. I know.
It's beautiful.
It's going to be so annoying to chew through them.
Good news, there's very few people that made model for those things. So getting the models for your Cicerops and your Gorgons and your Minotaurs is not going to be super easy. And I don't see CGL making models for those anytime soon.
No, they were supposed to make some protos for the Society box that I'm still waiting.
Oh, that's not happening. I think someone leaked like what they were planning on doing in the Society box, nowhere near that list. Same with the Celestials, same with everything that they promised. It's not on that list.
Guess you're gonna have to use the Ironwind Metals models.
Oh yeah, that's the
They're
other
pretty
thing.
good.
Protomechs fit in cargo space.
Oh yeah. No, there's Protomech base.
There's also Protomech base.
There are, but there's only one drop ship that uses them, and it's the Arcadia.
Nothing else is Protomech base? Really?
The last time I checked.
Vehicles or VTOLs with cargo space may move protos. Yes. Is there a whole lot that would be useful? Hard to say. And I think we're going to end it on that. We've been silly enough talking about pocket warships and dropping boats and all this silly stuff.
There's only so much possible logical logistics you can go until you say, you know what, screw it, I have Lyran money. I want 2 carriers on this planet.
There you go. Tomorrow we've got a video on the Jingao that is going to drop. A very, very, very good mech. Good enough that the clans decided to steal it and make it their own. So you know it's good. And there we go. Next week, probably going to be doing the Raptor, because I painted up the Raptors I have. I do not have every configuration, and there's nobody making this model in any of the sites and the sources I'm trying to get to be able to, make and print these things. I've got some people that did like the first 4 config, maybe the first 4 in the R, something like that. But nobody else is really making the Raptors. So I've given up. I've printed and printed those last summer, and I've just painted them up. So I think that's what is going to drop next week. This week is the Jingao. And yes, the Raptor has a funny face on the front. I've always seen this as a funny little face. Never mind. So,
and to quote Steiner after he dropped 2 aircraft carriers on a planet, we just dropped it like it's hot.
And they're going to pump us up, I am sure. Yes, I am sure.
Yes.
Ja.
Ja.
So we will see everybody next week on the stream, and we will see everybody on the video tomorrow. And thank you very much for watching, and I will see you everybody later. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Auf Wiedersehen.